Johnna, it's so interesting because literally the way the world works, that here I am with my Nadia Speaks weekly interview. And my weekly interview this week is with the very, very lovely Johnna Earl. But Johnna, before I get to my weekly interview and you, I just wanted to pay tribute to Zinzi Mandela. And what I shared with you earlier is when I was in my very early 20s and Zinzi Mandela was a few years older, around 1985, she's so famous. And if you see the one picture behind me where she's being held up by the crowd, it was in this moment that she delivered an address to the then president, P.W. Botha, saying that her father, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, would not concede because they had said, okay, we'll release you from prison if you stop the struggle and go into exile. And there a young Zinzi Mandela stands up and delivers the speech to P.W. Botha saying that her father will not concede. And I remember her then just as an icon and just a remarkable human being, bearing in mind, Johnna, that she didn't know her father, that she had not met him. Well, she'd met him, but she was a very little girl when he was in prison. So she didn't know him well. She hadn't had a lot of contact with him. But I just wanted to read you a couple of things before we get to my beautiful interview with Johnna Earl. That South Africa and indeed the world is reeling from the news that Zinziwe Mandela passed away in her sleep on Sunday night. And she was Nelson Mandela and Winnie Mandela's daughter, and also the South African ambassador to Denmark. And I spoke about that 1985 rally. You can see a picture in the corner there. And I wanted to quote something that she said from Zinzi Mandela, and I remember this as a student growing up and looking up to her. She said, the first instrument you were ever given is your voice. It's important that when someone tries to silence you, you become as vocal and as loud as possible. Use your voice loudly and continuously. And she was also a renowned poet. The letter she read is very famous, that the condition was for Nelson Mandela to turn his back on the struggle for the freedom of Black South Africa, and he didn't. And I just really wanted to share that with you today. And just, she was a household name, and she was somebody that we certainly looked up to. And I know the family, so a special tribute to my friends, Zaziwe and David and Swati and the family that I know, and all her family who I know will miss her terribly. So thinking of you all, and at this point, we are going to get to talk to you, Johnna, and we're going to understand the work that you are doing. So as I introduce you to my Facebook, LinkedIn, social media community, won't you share a little bit about Johnna Earl and the work you're doing?
Yes, thank you so much, Nadia, for having me on your platform. I am truly happy to be here. And yes, my name is Johnna Earl, and currently I work with the Georgia Hollywood Review magazine, where it's a free magazine where we highlight the directors, producers, behind the scene industry professionals that are located here in Georgia. And I host the Georgia Hollywood Review Talks Live on our Instagram platform, which is at Georgia Hollywood Review, where we speak with local Georgia actors as well as industry professionals about their business, their services, classes, workshops, whatever they have going on, as well as what's going on in our world today, as a lot has changed so quickly in our world as well as the industry. And I also have a business where I design closets, as you can see behind me. So like you said, I'm multifaceted right about now, which is kind of a good thing due to everything that's going on right now. So that's a little bit about me.
So Johnna, it's such a pleasure. And I know you've interviewed me and we are now switching roles. So in terms of switching roles, what I wanted to ask you was, who in all the time that you've been at the Georgia Hollywood Review is the very best person that you have interviewed?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? That is so hard because I enjoy everybody, because I get bits and pieces of what everybody brings to this creative community and what everybody is doing. So honestly, if I had to pick one, I wouldn't be able to. I enjoy them all. I love speaking to everybody, seeing exactly what they bring to the table, their business, and how, they're involved in the Georgia local community, the creative community here with the industry and film and entertainment.
Now, of course, the Georgia Hollywood Review and the publication, the magazine, was all Miles Neiman's brainchild. And there were certain things he wanted us to share with the community today about all kinds of things. So won't you just tell us a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. Miles Neiman has a publicity management and talent agency where he represents talent above and below the line. And, Miles has been in the industry for 25 years. So he has great resources and great experiences, which he uses to take his client's career to the next level. So that's something that, he's been, very excited about. He has like about 15 clients now. So we should be hearing some great news about some of the clients that he has brought on board with his publicity and talent agency. So we're looking forward to that. And he also has a production company called Grow Georgia Films, which right now he's currently looking for investors for his history book changing, which is a big budget film with the MLK assassination. So, he's looking for investors right now. So if anybody's interested, they could definitely reach out to Miles, which is Miles, Miles, at GeorgiaHollywoodReview.com. If anybody's interested.
Thank you. And Johnna, you bring us these great interviews, and I've been doing some interviews for Georgia Hollywood Review TV, and we're talking to, what I like about it's not only actors, the typical people that you see being interviewed. We're also looking at everything from lighting people known as grips to directors to producers, because there's so much more that goes into a film than just what you see. And that's, been fascinating, hasn't it? I mean, the animation people that you've interviewed.
Yes, the visual effects, the makeup artists, the writers, those that teach, acting classes and the different genres and the different techniques that they teach. It's been really exciting because you see all the important people behind the scenes that bring the film together. So you're absolutely correct. I love it.
So, Johnna, now we're going from Zinzi Mandela to the Georgia film industry to you and closets. So you've got your closet behind you.
Yes.
Okay.
A little portion of my closet.
Okay. So tell me, do we all just have too much stuff?
You know what? It gets to a point over a period of time and over the years, yes. It gets to a point where you have so much of it outdated, things that no longer fit, things that no longer serve you, depending on your profession, your career, your lifestyle. And sometimes it takes a good, nice closet cleanse, organization, or just designing a whole room dedicated just for your wardrobe. So yes.
Okay, so we're going through an unprecedented time where people are talking about, I don't know what you're wearing at your bottom. The top looks very lovely. I know I'm wearing a top and I do have a pair of gym shorts on. So what advice, guidance does Johnna Earl have for us during this period, this quarantine period where we're not supposed to be going out? What advice, guidance, guidance do you have for us?
Well, right about now, it's a good time now that we have all the downtime to kind of go through, what's no longer serving us and get rid of that clutter. Because that clutter sometimes carries on, and next thing you know, you're taking old things, energy with you that you don't no longer need. So I think it's a perfect time while we have the downtime to go through our closet, eliminate clothing, and keep the essential pieces that you definitely need. You have your classic pieces, your basic pieces, and trendy pieces every now and then, just in case you have to hop on an interview like this, speaking with Nadia. You can wear something cute and trendy and bring it out, and then, you can incorporate your gaps in your style by, shopping and bringing those pieces in to, finish off your closet and your wardrobe.
So let's talk about the fact that we're all on camera, right? And I always recommend to people that where possible, you keep that webcam on, making you present in your online world. So any advice or guidance on dressing and what you should wear, what you shouldn't wear, as somebody who is now having to show up really on camera more than you ever have before?
Oh man, that is a very good question, because number one, you definitely want to stand out, but due to the times that, what we're living in, everybody's home. So, those that want to, go all out and get dressed up and dolled up, by all means, I think it's good for you mentally because everybody's been in the house all day, but definitely be comfortable in what you wear. But I know from taking advice from you, you definitely want to wear something that is solid, nothing too busy, nothing that distracts, the viewers from, the content that you're delivering and what you guys are discussing and speaking about. So I definitely would say something solid, something simple, but still be yourself and be expressive, because that's more important, because people are interested in you, what you have to say, as well as who you're speaking with.
I like that. I say, to your point, simple, bold colors. It was so interesting, Johnna, because I had a meeting today with my web developer, and he showed up in a nice polo shirt with a collar. And, you know, he's somebody who would normally walk around in a tank or just a t-shirt, but we were meeting with other people, and he did that as a sign of respect. And I commented on it, because so often I've had meetings with people, and, you know, they might be in their caps and their hoodies, and it depends. We do accept this is a more casual environment, right? But it's still an opportunity where, if you are doing business, to be casual, but be respectfully casual.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you on that. That's definitely important.
Now, I noticed that your wardrobe behind you is color coded.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's, you know what? Color coded is just so easy for you to be able to, you know, find exactly what you're looking for. You know, I know everybody's closet may not be color coordinated, but for me, it helps me. You know, with my solid colors, I'm looking for something white, black, a little pop of color, something with floral print. I have it aligned in a certain way where I can be able to find what I'm looking for easy.
And I know you offer the service to people. So tell us, if we want our closet to look like yours, how do we reach you?
Yes, you can reach me by going to www.exclusivelyoursbyje.com. I know it's long, but I promise you it's spelled exactly how it sounds. And also on Instagram, you can find me at exclusively_yours_by_je. I know my name is so long, but that's how you can reach out to me if you're interested in setting up a consultation, and we can discuss your needs and wants and see where we go from there.
And Johnna, I have invited everybody who watches my interviews to join my Own Your Network with Nadia Bilchik. It's a Facebook group. Please join us. And Johnna, if you are a member, and I know you are, if you don't mind putting all Miles's details up there and all your details up there, and that way we can continue to stay in touch. So thank you for your time. Thanks for taking us into your closet. And I still am excited for you to get stuck into mine. Johnna Earl, multifaceted woman. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Nadia. I appreciate it. Bye.